Durdle Magic. Hello and welcome back to Durdle Magic. Today we're playing some Brokkos Infect. Looking at our opening hand. We have green sources but nowhere to go with anything, so I think I'll mulligan this. Looking at our new hand, we got a green source, have a black source, and one card to cast. So I think one more mulligan is in order. Alright, we have two black sources, / blue source, and colorless. No green, but we do have 3 lands, and we do have Phyrexian Crusader and a Trailblazer's Boots. I think we keep this one, and I think we're going to have to get rid of the Blight Mamba for now, because I want to hold on to that Nature's Claim. Alright, so our first opponent is Kami of the Crescent Moon, blue, legendary creature, spirit 1/3. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. Interesting. They play a Mystic Sanctuary for their land for turn. Alright, comes over to our turn. We get Woodland Cemetery. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and play a Swamp, pass it off to our opponents, and discuss our commander. We are playing Brokkos Apex of Forever. 2 black, green, blue, 6/6 legendary creature, Nightmare Beast Elemental. Has Mutate 2 Dimir, which is blue-black mana, and green. You can cast this card targeting one of your other creatures. It mutates over or under it. So that means the creature on top is whatever it is, plus the text of abilities below it. In this deck, we're trying to get Infect onto Brokkos to make him a big Infect commander. Otherwise, it has tramples, and it can be mutated from the graveyard, so that will be important to remember. A Forest into play for Teneb the Harvester, our next opponent. 3 white, black, green, flying 6/6. When it hits somebody for combat damage, they may pay 2 in black. If they do, they get a creature card from a graveyard into play under their control. Dangerous for us if they steal our Infect. Ancient Tomb and a Soul Ring and a Skull Clamp coming down for Balan Wandering Knight, 2 white. First strike, legendary knight, cat knight 3/3. It has double strike as long as it has 2 or more equipment attached to it. 1 in white, attach all equipment you control to Balan. That could be dangerous. Our deck's not quite Tronny, it's about the Infect. But Balan will be able to hit for tons of damage, I wager. Notably, I did put in some Pillow Fort effects to try to protect us. Sword of the Animus coming down too. Balan off to a fantastic start. The Skull Clamp worries me because white doesn't have very good draw, as many people know. But with Skull Clamp, who knows what they'll be doing. Sky Diamond coming down for the Kami. Enters the battlefield tapped, they can add blue. Alright, we get Elephant Grass. It has a cumulative upkeep, so I don't want to cast it just right now. That doesn't affect us, that's only opponents. Let's play the Woodland Cemetery. Let's get the Trailblazer's Boots down. Balan can't go anywhere just yet, they need double white. I want to save Nature's Claim to blow up that Skull Clamp though. We don't need them drawing any extra cards if we can just blow up the Balan. But that's saying a lot, because we might need to keep it for something like Swiftfoot Boots or Lightning Greaves. Although, I don't think they'd have Greaves necessarily. But they can. Balan can get past it. So, interesting commander. Alright, that's just a Swamp into play for Teneb. Tapping their lands and passing the turn. Alright, first plane's down for Balan. Worn Power Stone coming down for the Kami of the Crescent Moon. Interesting. Wonder what they're ramping to. Alright, we draw some removal. That will be good. Let's get down Temple of Deceit to get that blue source into play. Also double black for the Crusader. Let's go ahead and scry. Swamp on top. Do I want to keep that? I think for now it's okay. So we'll keep it on top. We'll need the extra mana later. I don't think we want to cast anything right now, so let's go ahead and roll it on over. Sculpting Steel. You may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any artifact on the battlefield. That's coming down for Teneb. Let's see what they copy. Alright, they copy Sword of the Animist, so ramp for them as well. Second plane's down for Balan. Let's see if they cast it. Pure Steel Paladin, Whenever an equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. Middlecraft equipment you control have 0 to equip as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Okay. That gives us a range of targets, and I don't think hitting one is necessarily going to negate the other. So, I think we don't have blue up, so we can't even kill it. Sad face. Sword of the Amist coming down. Sword of the Amist equipped to pure steel. Skull Clamp equipped to the pure steel. Don't like it. Words of Wisdom. Instant. You draw 2 cards and each other player draws a card. Okay, I'll take a card. Gets the swamp off the top. Mystic Stay coming down for them. Forest off the top of our deck. Need to see less lands at this point, I think. Let's go ahead and play the Forest. And I think we Nature's Claim the Skull Clamp. I think that's what we're doing. Let's go ahead, get the Skull Clamp. Mystic Stay will trigger. Sure, we'll pay the 1. I don't think I want to make ourselves a threat just yet. Or do I? You know what? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Alright, so next turn we can Brokkos onto the Phyrexian Crusader. Nothing, not too much down yet. I'm worried about the blue player. They're going to be drawing so many cards. As usual. The white player could be able to hit us for just a ton of damage. But, as I said, nothing ventured, nothing gained. We have removal for next turn too, so let's go for Phyrexian Crusader. Ristic will trigger. We can't pay the 1. Phyrexian Crusader onto the battlefield. Roll it on over. Point into play for Teneb. Tapping 4 mana. Crush Contraband. Let's see. 3-white instant. Exiles target artifact or exile target enchantment. They are hitting, whoops, sorry, both the Sword of the Amist and the Ristic Study. Works for me. Let our opponents do our work. Alright, so that clears away a lot of threats from Balan. I don't know what that does again, for us against the blue player, but I'm happy to see Ristic gone. Inventor's Fair into play for Balan. That seems pretty good with artifacts. Dantha, Capuchin Paragon, First Strike Vigilance Lifelink, or an equipment spells cost them 1 less to cast. So that's pretty good, that lifelink. Won't matter for us, but it can be a problem if all our guys end up dying or something. Pure Steel Paladin, over into Teneb. Call me the Crescent Moon coming down for that player. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. I like it. I can live with it. It's going to help the white player more than the rest of us as far as on ratio, because the rest of us have ways to draw cards, I wager. Font of Mythos. Wow, we'll be drawing a lot of cards. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws 2 additional cards. Okay. Crescent will have to discard. Let's see what they discard. Burnished Heart. Okay. Our upkeep. We got a couple of draw triggers here. We get 4 cards a turn. That should give us some nice options. Alright, we draw a bunch of cards. None of them particularly helpful necessarily. Propaganda, Journey to Eternity is fine. Guardian Project won't really do much for us just now. We're not drawing too many of our creatures. So I'm thinking Swamp. And then, I think we go for the protection first. And maybe swing into Balan. That way we can get Brokkos down on something that's already protected. Yeah, so let's go Journey to Eternity, targeting the Phyrexian Crusader. I don't want to do Elephant Grass yet, and we have mana up for hybridization. So I think that's fine. Let's go to attacks. I want to get some damage in on the head before they can do, Teneb rather, before they can do anything. They haven't done anything to us, I understand that. But the strategy here is Balan can't hurt us, or block us at all. Teneb, I don't know what they can do, and they have 6 cards in hand, and those colors, you know, you have removal forever. And then Kami will swing at next turn. just to get that poison on so we can proliferate with Karn's Bastion. Card draw triggers. A bunch for everyone. And that's what I'm worried about too, because we all get those triggers. That means there should be removal somewhere. Soul's Attendant. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may gain 1 life. Sword of Sinew and Steel coming down. Alright. Equipped creature gets 2/2 and has protection from black and from red. Oh, okay. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, destroy up to 1 target planeswalker and up to 1 target artifact. That's gonna be good. I'm glad we hit Teneb first. More triggers of the card draw. Should really help the white player, so let's see what they do with it. Burner's Tart coming down for the white player. Burner's Tart coming down for the Balan player. Soul's Attendant will trigger. Sword of Body and Mind. Lots of swords this game. Alright, let's see. Equipped creature gets 2/2 and protection from green from blue. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, they create a 2/2 green wolf creature token, and that player puts the top 10 cards of the library into their graveyard. Sucks for us. Fortunately, they can't equip it. Oh, can they? Oh yeah, Melcraft, it's not just the equipment. Uh-ohs. Uh-oh. Sword of Fire and Ice. Okay. Another sword. Equipped creature gets 2/2 and protection from red and from blue. Whenever the equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, it deals 2 damage to any target, and you draw a card. Noticeably, the sword deals the damage, so we will not have protection via our protection abilities on Phyrexian Crusader. This isn't looking good at all. Alright, moving to equip the sword to Danitha. Do we want to blow her up? Because I kind of also want to remove the Pure Steel Paladin. I don't know. Because they can just respond to re-equip it to the Pure Steel. But they won't gain lifelink. Alright. Turn her into a lizard. Yep, sword's equipping to Pure Steel. Next sword. Pure Steel into us. That's not very surprising at this point. So we'll have the mill 10. They'll also what? Kill our creature. That will come back for 1 time anyway. They'll draw a card and make a wolf. Alright, our Phyrexian Crusader didn't die. So that's nice to know. We got Phyrexian Arena in the graveyard. That's okay. Thrumming Bird. Sandworm Convergence would have been fairly good. I don't know against Balan in this match. Pondrify. I really want to try Alpha Authority. Counterspell. Okay, we lost some stuff. Nothing like super tragic, but still, the pain. They also have another blocker for our Crusader now. So even if we get on Brokkos, they can just block a bunch of stuff. Mox Diamond coming down for Balan. Mox Diamond into play. It says, when it enters the battlefield, you may discard a land card from hand. If you do, put Mox Diamond onto the battlefield. If you don't, put it into its graveyard, and it taps to add 1 mana of any color. Okay, so discard the planes. Card draw triggers. I'm just going to stop saying this, and we'll just assume this is happening until something changes anyway. Spellseeker. 2 blue for 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, they may search their library for an instant sorcery card with the converted mana cost 2 or less. Reveal it, put it into their hand, and shuffle their library. Notably, Cyclonic Rift is CMC 2. I should know. I played this card in Paper. It's High Tide. Until end of turn, whenever a player taps an island for mana, that player adds an additional blue mana. Okay. So they're going to have a big turn. We have no islands. No one else has blue. Alright, so we draw 4 cards. Evolving Wilds, Plague Stinger, Manifold Key, and Sword of Truth and Justice. Because we have a sword. Everybody else gets a sword. I want a sword. Okay, sword. Anyway, I'm thinking, let's see. We have in Manifold Key, and target creature becomes unblockable, but it's kind of expensive. And I'd rather have Brokkos down first, I think. Plague Stinger, we can get down, and then do Propaganda, Elephant Grass, see how that goes. And crack the wilds, and then next turn we can Karns, Brokkos do some stuff, I guess. So, because I want to be protected as much as I can against that Pure Steel Paladin. Maybe they'll go somewhere else. So that's the plan I'm thinking. Let's play Propaganda. Let's play Elephant Grass. Let's go ahead and play the Manifold Key anyway, because I don't want to have to discard a bunch of stuff either. And Evolving Wilds into play. Crack it. Go get an island. And I really want to hit somebody with the Phyrexian Crusader, but I also don't want it to die. So I think we go to attacks and go after the Kami of the Crescent Moon, just see if we can get some Infect on there. But he also has 4 untapped mana, and unfortunately 7 cards in hand. So yeah, let's go provoke him. Earlier the better. He's drawn a bunch of cards anyway. Spellseeker in for the block. That's fine. Alright, roll it over to opponents. Manifold Key maybe next turn get some Infect on any of the other 2 players that don't have Infect. And then Brokkos. Because Brokkos is 5 mana to mutate, so that does a bit right now. Scavenging Ooze. Exile a target card from a graveyard. If it is a creature, put 1/1 counter on this ooze and you gain 1 life. We have the most stocked graveyard, unfortunately for us. Sword. It's being equipped to the ooze. Okay. Inventor's Fair triggers on Balan's upkeep. They will gain a life. Sanctum of Eternity. I haven't seen this one before online. Tap Tad Carlos. To return target commander you own from the battlefield to your hand. Activate only during your turn. I had my Gurid deck for a while. He only needed to attack. He didn't have to, you know, die in combat. Avacyn, Angel of Hope. Okay. Flying, Vigilance, Indestructible. Other permanents you control have Indestructible. 5 white for Legendary Angel, 8/8. That's not good. Endless Atlas coming down for Balan. It's a 2-mana artifact that says, 2, tap, draw a card. Activate this ability only if you control 3 or more lands with the same name. Good mono red, good mono white. Don't need any other color. But I like that it exists. Pure Steel Paladin into Teneb. Fine with me. Swords trigger. Phyrexian Crusader dies and comes back. We get a flipped land. I was just calculating in my head the amount of mana I need for next turn and what I want to do with it. Avacyn clearly makes the Balan player a target, so I want to infect them with Infect as much as possible. High Tide. Double mana from the islands. Cage Sun. Getting some more double blue. Time Spiral. 4 blue. Exile this card. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library and then draws 7 cards. You untap up to 6 lands. I don't like that at all. I never get to play this sword. Sad face. Also, Karn's Bastion going away. 2 proliferate sources I desperately needed. That's unfortunate. Alright, let's see what we got. 2 proliferate sources, a Steely Infecty guy, some more lands, and Cyclonic Rift. Okay. That worked out, I suppose. Mana Vault coming down for the Kami. Hedron Archive coming down for the Kami. Archive getting sacked for 2 cards. Blue Sun's Zenith for 7. Alright. Merchant Scroll. They're going to search for an instant card and reveal it. Then they shuffle their library. They went and got Brainstorm. Casting Brainstorm. Draw 3 cards and then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. Mystical Tier. They'll get an instant sorcery card out of their deck, shuffle their deck, and put it on top. A lot of tutoring. I wonder what they are trying to do. They are out of mana now. They get Finale of Revelation. X blue, draw X card of X's turn, where instead shuffle your graveyard into your library, draw X cards, untap 5 lands, and you have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. They sure like to draw cards in this deck. But to what end, I wonder? Labman? Jace? I don't know. Could be Thassa's Oracle, I suppose. Opponent says they fizzled. I wonder what they fizzled. That'd be very relevant to my interest. Alright. Elephant Grass will trigger. I do want to pay it for now. I want to kind of keep Psych Rift in hand at this point. Let's use a Swamp to pay it. Alright, so we draw Exorable Tide. Whenever we cast a spell Proliferate, that'll be handy later. A land, a counterspell, which is probably going to be necessary real quick, and Broken Bond, which I also find necessary. Let's play a Forest. Tap this to add green, tap that to add green, Broken Bond, hit the Caged Sun, I'm thinking. That'll half their mana sources. As for the land we put into play, let's go ahead and do the Island. And then I want to play my sword and get it down. So let's go ahead and do that. And then let's go ahead and equip the sword to the Phyrexian Crusader. And go to combat. Go to combat. Make sure we get some infect in on the blue dude while they're tapped down, because otherwise I don't think it's going to be happening. Alright, we hit for 4 infect. We get a trigger. Let's go ahead and put the counter on the Phyrexian Crusader. That will stay there. We will proliferate the opponents with infect. And let's roll it over and pretend like we have something in blue to do. Karmic Justice coming down for Teneb. Nice old enchantment. Reprinted once, I think. 2 white enchantment. Whenever a spell or ability an opponent controls destroys a non-creature permanent you control, you may destroy target permanent that player controls. The flexibility on that card is very good. Sword of the Amethyst getting equipped to the Ooze. Solda's Tendant coming back down. Bloodforged Battle Axe coming down. That's going to get out of hand real quick. Also, I'm worried about the sword blowing up our sword, but hopefully they're going to blow up the other swords, because swords are everywhere swords. The Ooze is coming in at us. Oh no, they can't pay for it. Hurrah. They decide not to attack, which means no sword trigger to blow up the swords. Inventor's Fair triggers for Balan. Austere Command, destroy all artifacts and destroy all enchantments. Oh, that's a sadness. Okay, well, we have other ways to proliferate. That's fine, I suppose. Unfortunately, their stuff is all fine because of Avacyn. Karmic Justice triggers. They can't destroy anything of Avacyn. Knight of the White Orchid coming down. They'll go get a Plains card. Teneb says they can't do anything and quits. That's too bad. Champion's Helm. Ah, no. Okay. Equipped creature gets 2/2 as long as it's the equipped creature's legendary as hexproof. I just want to point out, White needs card draw. But White does not need straight up card draw. Look at all the answers White has. I had another game recorded where the audio was bad, so I can't post it. But they also got straight up card draw. So, White needs it, yes. But Wizards will definitely have to be careful. Avacyn coming out of us is a 14/14. That doesn't make me feel good about anything. But they're only attacking with one person, so that works out. Unfortunately, our Phyrexian Crusader... No, it'll stay alive. It's a 3/3. Woo! That one counter saved our butt. We're down to 20. Looks like... Oh, Karn's Bastion. I wanted that. Oh, well. Let's see. Phyrexian Arena. Yeah, so we didn't lose too much. Just a lot of lands. Opponent saying they have a Windfall in hand. Yep, there's Jace Wielder. Had to be something in there. Opponent says they have a Windfall in hand, but a Psych Rift, but only 6 mana. I said, I have a Psych Rift, don't wheel me. Alright, we get 1 extra card off the Kami. I was actually hoping for another land, so we could also hold up mana for Disallow. That's kind of a pain. Let's go Dismal Backwire, get the other blue into play anyway, because I wanted to counter that Avacyn. Alright, let's go ahead and do the Psych Rift type of things we like to do here. Psych Overload. Alright, Psych Rift. I wish I could have done that instant speed on their other turn. Can I untap the land that I tapped for the blue? Sad face, I cannot. Alright, let's go combat. Forgot Code played that, I guess. The Merfolk Skydiver. Sad face. Alright, let's hit them for Infect. 3 Infect is good. I'm a little mad at myself for not casting that Merfolk Skydiver. I keep forgetting this taps to add colors, the Atzel. That's... oof on my part. Roll it on over. Soul Ring coming back into play. I imagine their board state will be pretty much the same except without tokens. It'll be that, Aveston, Pure Steel, a sword, and an equip maybe. Yep, Balan coming down for the first time this game. Mox Diamond coming back down. I imagine they'll be discarding a Plains, right? Haunted Cloak. 3. Equip creature has Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. Equip 1. That's nice. I need to remember Haunted Cloak. Could come in handy in here. Champion's Helm coming down. Attach all equipment to Balan. So I'll have Trample, Vigilance, Haste, 2/2, and Hexproof. Let's see. And then does it also get Double Strike? Yep. And I don't have a way to interact with that right now. And it's coming at us. Sadness. Alright, 10 Commander, 10 damage to our regular life total, down to 11. Not feeling very good about this. That Vigilance is messing up all of my plans. Could have done the Tide, cast, or mutated our commander onto Phyrexian Crusader, hit them, and won. But that Vigilance is doing the no bueno for me. Kami of the Crescent Moon coming back down. Alright, we get an extra draw. You know what I just realized? I just realized my guy has Pro White. And that will be on Brokkos. So we could still win this, although the blue player might push us out. But let's see. Oh no. I accidentally clicked OK. Crap. Oh man. How do I do these things? Alright. To the attack. We don't have any instant speed interaction. Let's go and attack them. I'm a dum-dum. It is hard to narrate and play Magic at the same time, I'm telling you. It's pretty hard. Okay, let's play the Blighted Woodlands. It gives us mana. Let us do... I think we still do the Exonerable Tide. Cast Merfolk so we have a blocker, hopefully. And keep Disallow up. Let's see if we can do all that. Because we need, what, 5 blue? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So as long as I don't screw this up, we should be fine. Colorless. Black, black, blue, blue. Exonerable Tide. Alright. Green, blue. Merfolk Skydiver. Cycrypt on the Exonerable Tide. That's a sad face. Do I want to counter that? Yeah, I kinda do. Crap. Okay. We have enough mana for the big counter here. So let's go ahead and do that and proliferate. That will get double proliferates. Proliferate there. Say done. Proliferate again on our opponents. Say done. Proliferate again. Say done. And get our Merfolk Skydiver. And we'll put the counter on the Phyrexian Crusader, because why not? Roll it on over. Alright, so we have a blocker for Balan for now. Sort of Blind Mind coming back down. So now we don't. And we will die to Balan, unfortunately, I think. Unless they want to go ahead and kill something in Kami's direction, but I sincerely doubt it. Alright, Balan suited up to whack us in the face really hard. That'll be 14 commander damage with a bunch of triggers. Sad face. Yep, Balan into us. Alright, so first strike damage step is done. Into the regular strike damage step. get to see it coming twice. And we are down. Unfortunate. Overall, I think the deck did better. The Pill Fort really helped. A little bit more of the permanent proliferate stuff. That misplay on the last turn, though, could the Tide Brokkos slammed into them and killed Balan. Sad face. Sad face. But I like it a lot better now. If you like the content you saw here today, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you're notified of my new videos, and share and like so everyone can come and just durdle with us. If you have other content you like on YouTube, other creators, go and watch their videos, support them, hit like, hit share. I know they'll appreciate it. I'll appreciate it. We're all in this together during this time. Please be responsible, follow the guidelines, stay safe out there, and after all this, maybe I'll see some of you and we can sit down and durdle with some magic. Bye.